Evening News is brought to you by The Hartford, the insurance people of ITT.
Welcome to Adventure.
We're not formally determined yet that the continued adherence to the treaty is in our national interest.
A psychologist in Milwaukee says that her studies show that professional daycare is an acceptable substitute for home mothering. Dr. Susie Franklin says that children in daycare centers learn new skills and social habits that help them adjust to society. CNN's Dan Rutz has more on that from Milwaukee.
Is at work as advertising director for a Milwaukee remodeling firm. She needs the money, but she'd rather be home with her firstborn, 10-month-old Ricky.
When you drop him off in the morning and you hand him over to the babysitter and he's crying out and holding out his arms to you and you have to walk out of that house and not come back for 8 hours, it doesn't start your day off to the brightest element.
As a mother herself, child psychologist Susie Franklin knows the same feelings. But the Medical College of Wisconsin expert finds comfort from colleagues who conclude in study after study that quality daycare is as good as home care.
The literature simply can't support that you're going to be doing damage to your child. And you may choose to continue to feel guilty, but the objective information out there is that it's not going to do harm to your child.
Studies consider how children in daycare relate to parents after extended absence, how they develop socially with other youngsters and adults, the extent of language development and motor skills. On the fine points, the findings are sometimes contradictory, but no one has shown any great detriment to daycare children, and Franklin doubts there is any, so long as the youngsters are given individual attention and, of course, are kept out of trouble.
If we look at lower socioeconomic groupings, we might even find a long-term advantage to the child attending a quality daycare.
Even all along, as badly as I felt about going back to work and leaving him being a semi-rational, semi-logical person, I did know that it was probably a good thing for him as well to get to spend time with other people, especially with other children.
The research reaffirms that children are quite adaptable, maybe more so than parents. And whether she chooses to work in or outside the home, a mother's happiness is most important to her child's well-being.
In our next report, Gary Schweitzer looks at professional substitute mothering for the sick child. Dan Rutz, CNN, Milwaukee.
News for Medicine is brought to you by Bristol Myers Company, makers of